from Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Alert.
Good afternoon, I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you here in the Storm Center this afternoon, continuing to track the risk of several tornadoes touching down across the region. The entire area is under a tornado watch until 7 o'clock, and we do now have a tornado warning in effect for parts of Caroline County here in central parts of Virginia. Typically, this wouldn't be a region we would talk too much about, seeing as it is a little bit removed from our coverage area, but this storm will need to be watched as it moves to the north and east, and it could potentially try to impact areas in King George County over the next half an hour, and might even try to move into parts of Charles County in about the next hour or so if it's able to hold together, which is not a guarantee nor given, but this is something we will need to watch over the next hour in parts of our region. We have seen strong signs of rotation with this storm. Let me get my screens reconfigured here. My apologies for the way that looked. Let's go ahead. Let's turn some of these things off here. Let's really try to investigate this storm a little bit. And before I do, for those of you that are following us, following JB Weather, that do live down in this region, this is what you should be doing right now. Again, this is a tornado warning in effect until 1:15 or was it 1 o'clock? Let me double check the time. 1:15 here for parts of Caroline County. This is near the Tappahannock area. For the Bowling Green area and parts of Virginia, you want to move into a substantial shelter, a building that has a foundation for you, the lowest level of that building, and you want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Let's come back over here, though, quickly. I do want to show you, I want to make sure I have that tornado watch graphic up here for you. Most of Southern Maryland under that tornado watch. So for those of you just now tuning in, this is a tornado watch for our region, but we do now have a tornado warning for parts of Virginia. And the reason this is significant is because this is going to be a storm that is going to try to track into our region. This is a look at our velocity scan. This shows us where winds are, how fast they're moving, and in what direction. Where we get these areas here shaded in green, in the dark green, that would be indicative of winds going towards the radar. Where we get these areas shaded in red, that would be wind going away from the radar. So we have a very tight couplet here near the Bowling Green region here in parts of Caroline County. Now, why does this matter to you? And we can see the latest radar update there shows that that storm is still there. These storms are all moving here very quickly to the north and east. These storms are moving at about 40 miles per hour right now here to the north and east. So this is a look at just general storm timing here from this one storm as it races here to the north and east. And again, for those of you just now tuning in, I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Thank you for joining me right now. Much of our region under this tornado watch until 7, but this pink polygon here in Caroline County in parts of Virginia under a tornado warning now, and this cell will need to be watched as it races north and east at about 40 miles an hour, potentially trying to move into the Newburgh area by about 1:30, moving into the Belton area potentially by about 1:40, maybe even up towards the plate by the time we get to 1:45. This is not a guarantee that the storm will hold together this long, but we will need to watch this very closely, along with a multitude of other storms we have forming. We have an additional tornado warning south of Richmond right now, and these storms to our west, they are still developing. So this isn't all that's going to move through. We're going to have a few rounds of storms that will look to move through across the region. Again, locally here in Southern Maryland under that tornado watch until 7, but we have a tornado warning in parts of Virginia. For Caroline County, that goes until 1:15. If you're trying to get information about timing, when will you be good to do activities today? This is a look at your storm timeline for you. I really think between about now and as we head on over towards about 9-10 o'clock is going to be fair game for heavy rain and gusty winds, and we have that potential for several weak spin-up tornadoes in our region as the remnants of tropical or remnants of Hurricane Ida pass to our north and west. While we likely will not see the highest rain totals today, those will be reserved for areas up across Pennsylvania. We do have the risk, a pretty substantial risk, and actually we would call it an enhanced risk, of seeing spin-up tornadoes in our region. This is really focused here in Southern Maryland and areas on up towards the north and east. So we will have to continue to monitor all of this, and we will continue to watch how all of this plays out throughout the rest of today. But just to come back over here again, we are still tracking this active tornado warning here for parts of Virginia, Caroline County. I want to actually make sure I can get this storm track off quickly because we do now have a new special marine warning in effect for parts of the open Potomac here. This will be near the Newburgh area, and the National Weather Service is highlighting because of the storm down here in Bowling Green, a water spout will be possible here off the coast of King George County and along the Potomac coastline there in parts of Charles County. So if you are in King George County, Port Royal, King George, Virginia, Dahlgren, Fairview Beach, any interest along 301 northbound or southbound over the next hour to 2 hours, you will need to watch the storm closely. Morgantown, Mount Victoria, north of Cobb Island, but on up towards Newburgh, Bellalton, Port Tobacco, La Plata. These are the regions that will need to watch for this specific storm. Everyone will need to watch for the potential of several different rounds of storms throughout the day, including these regions I just mentioned as well. So everyone, I think, has about the same tornado threat today. It's rather enhanced, but we will be watching this potential for spin-up tornadoes and water spouts. That's really going to be the big key here as these storms cross over the Potomac. They have the ability to quickly spin up water spouts due to the lack of friction over the water, and as those move on shore into St. Mary's and Charles County, we will need to watch those systems as, again, they race to the north and east. I do want to quickly review those tornado safety precautions here for you. Right now, no tornado warnings in southern Maryland right now, but if we do get tornado warnings for any part of our coverage zone, this is what you want to be doing, and even right now, you should be thinking about where you're going to go and what you're going to do if you do get caught in a tornado warning. You want to move into a building that is a substantial structure. That means a building that has a foundation, not a mobile home, not a shed. You want a building with a firm foundation with it. You want to get to the lowest level of the building you're in. So whether that be basement would be great, or a first floor, or even if you live in a multi-story apartment building, you could probably stay on a second floor. But then this third point becomes very important. You want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Growing up in Lusby, I grew up in a single-story, single-family ranch-style home. We didn't have a basement, so we went into the only room that did not have an exterior wall, and that was a family bathroom. That's where we went in the. That then leads to our fourth point. You would like to bring something to cover your head and body because, heaven forbid, we do have a confirmed tornado on the ground. If it were to move through your region, we would be talking about, and we actually, as I say this, we do now have a brand new tornado warning in effect for parts of King George County, so we will come back to this. Again, this is a brand new tornado warning here for this pink polygon in King George County for this storm moving up from Bowling Green. This tornado warning will go until 1:30 as this storm continues to race to the north. So this only continues to kind of increase that threat here for parts of Charles County over the next little bit to potentially see this storm move to the north and east. Again, this is a tornado warning for parts of King George County. This includes Port Royal. Let's get the timestamp here from the Bowling Green storm. We're going to put this at about 40 miles an hour. And we're going to bring this over here. We're going to move this over here, get a screen capture, and I'm going to get this on over to our social media feeds. I will stay with you here live to cover this storm, but I will have to do a little bit of multitasking as we do this. But I will stay live here with you to continue to keep you ahead of this dangerous storm that is moving through parts of Caroline County, threatening King George County. We came here live with you just about 10 minutes ago telling you about this threat of a tornado-warned storm moving into King George County, and sure enough, that is what has happened. And we will continue to watch this threat push into Charles County in about the next half hour to 45 minutes. I do want to bring back up those tornado safety precautions. If you are in King George County, this is what you want to be doing right now. You want to be moving to the lowest level of your home or whatever building. You want to make sure you're in a substantial structure. And we're going to continue to watch this very closely. The National Weather Service is actually updating the speed on the storm, bringing it down to moving northeast at about 25 miles per hour. So we will go ahead and adjust our forecast, adjust our expectations. But that would still put it potentially crossing the Potomac River here in about the next 45 minutes. So you will want to keep that in mind here as we continue to track this. So let me, again, go ahead and get this posted up to our social media feeds. My apologies because I know I'm not the best person at multitasking, but we will continue to monitor this threat. I will bring you back over here to live radar, show you exactly what it is I'm looking at here on our exclusive William Richmond Inc. radar as we continue to track this. So a severe thunderstorm was capable of producing a tornado and was located over Fort AP Hill, or 7 miles northeast of Bowling Green, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Again, this is going to be an active tornado warning for King George County here until 1:30, and it's for that pink polygon. So any interest in that region, and if we were to extrapolate that out, that would even include maybe parts of Charles County in about the next hour. So we will watch that potential as well. Now that I have this posted up, we're going to come on over here, and I'm going to show you exactly what we're looking at that is prompting this tornado warning right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at our velocity scan. This shows us again where we have where winds are, how strong they are, where they're moving. And I'm going to turn the tornado watch off for a second so we can more clearly get a good look at this. Where we have these areas shaded in green, especially the dark green, that is indicative of winds moving towards the radar. Where we get these red colors, that is wind moving away from the radar. So we have wind generally moving like this, and then wind moving like this. And actually, we just got a new radar scan. Let me go ahead and make sure I have that together. So we are talking this direction and then this direction. So you can see where we have that intense area of rotation, likely getting near the Port Royal area. So any interest over here, let me make sure I have this turned up, and let's really get zoomed in here. So this is going to include really the spine of 301 here in parts of King George County. Let's go ahead and try to get some road names loaded up here. Again, we're talking 301. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. You all know how I do with those types of names. But Chairwood Pond Lane, this would be an area we're going to be watching. Millbank Road, Sunset Lane. Again, we're talking 301. We're talking Virginia 3. We're talking Jersey Road, Salem Church Road. These are going to be the areas we're going to watch as this intense area of rotation continues to push here to the north and east. And this tornado warning does indeed include areas like Dahlgren. This includes parts of the Harry Nice Bridge. And actually what I want to do before the storm gets too much further north, I want to get our cameras loaded up here so we can have a good look at how these storms are potentially moving as we continue to track these. But we will continue to watch this potential. These storms will be moving here into parts of southern Maryland over the next little bit. And if I actually come on over here and show you what we're looking at right now, I want to make sure I have that right camera loaded up here. Because this camera, I think, is really going to be what is able to show us the story. This is a look here at 301, looking out towards the Harry Nice Bridge. The Harry Nice Bridge would be all the way back here. We can already see we have rain in this region. This tornado warning storm is well down 301, so it is not in Newburgh or Morgantown just yet. But you will need to be on guard over the next 45 minutes for this storm to potentially continue to hold on to its strength and move northeastward. And these storms do have a history of pulsing up and prompting tornado warnings and then pulsing back down. So we will likely see this storm cycle through that a couple of times. So even if this tornado warning were to get dropped, which I don't see that happening right now, but if it does, we will have to introduce the idea of this storm pulsing back up and producing a potential tornado for parts of these areas. Let's come back over here to live William Richmond Inc. radar. Let's go back and reset ourselves here. For those of you just now joining, hello, I'm Forecaster John Bordash, continuing to keep you ahead of these dangerous storms that are looking to move into the region. Much of our region, and we can actually show you this over here, is under a tornado watch right now. This goes until 7 o'clock. This includes all of southern Maryland and much of northeastern Virginia. This is for the potential of several tornadoes being possible today, and maybe one or two stronger tornadoes, and these thunderstorms will have the potential to produce 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts as well. So we will continue to watch this threat. So that is where our tornado watch currently is. I want to take us back on over to live radar, take a look at where we currently have 2 tornado warnings in effect. It is for this storm that doesn't look the healthiest right now, but it is moving to the north and east. If I switch radar views here, let's go ahead and give you a 1-hour time lapse here to show you how these storms have been moving. Let me turn on our lightning as well. That can give us an indication of strengthening storms. You can see if we were to bring this back about an hour ago, these storms were down here near the Richmond area. And as they continue to move north and east towards Bowling Green, we begin to see this storm inhibit a little bit of a hook echo signature to it. And as it continues north and east, it prompts a tornado warning and then prompts an additional tornado warning now for parts of King George County. So this isn't the strongest storm. This isn't the best looking storm on radar, but it is a tornado warning storm. So let me get you the latest information here from the National Hurricane Center. Again, we're talking a tornado warning for King George County and Central Virginia until 1:30 at 12:55. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Fort AP Hill, or 7 miles northeast of Bowling Green, moving to the northeast at 25 miles per hour. We're talking right now about radar-indicated rotation, so we do not have an observed tornado on the ground, but the atmospheric conditions are very prone for this storm to produce a tornado as it moves to the north and east. So the impact from this, for those in the direct path of a potential tornado touchdown, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, sidings, windows may occur with this storm. Mobile homes may be damaged or destroyed in this type of a situation, and tree damage is going to be likely. So this dangerous storm will be near King George around 1:25, and then near Dahlgren and Nanjawang Creek by about 1:30. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Nide, Jersey, Bertheville, Shiloh, Wheatonville, and Doge, and we're going to continue to track this dangerous storm as it continues to move here to the north and east. Zooming out, we don't have much else going on in our region. We do have a couple of heavier downpours across the region, but as I take a look at some of our other radar products on several of my other screens, I'm not seeing currently any strong signs of rotation with any of these additional storms. If anything, the storm I will be watching actually a little bit closer is already in parts of Charles County, so this would be in addition. We are going to watch this storm right here north of Newburgh as we zoom in. This storm here near Newport and Wycomico. Let's zoom out. We can actually see how this storm is now trying to inhibit a little bit of a hook to it as well, so we will keep this in mind as we take a look at the velocity with this storm. We do now have at least a little bit of broad rotation here with this storm, where we have winds here going towards the radar. So we're moving winds a little bit like this, and then we're moving wind a little bit like this here, where we have those red pixels showing up. This isn't a strong sign of rotation, and it is not a concise area of rotation, but this could be an early sign of rotation and something that I will be watching very closely. This storm as well is racing to the north and east, so we will watch this storm as it continues to move through our region. We can see on radar where we have that little bit of a hook here. So if you're in Dennisville, north of Mechanicsville, into Hughesville, on over towards Charlotte Hall, maybe even we said Hughesville, Aquasco there, Benedict. We're going to watch this storm as well. Nothing is warned with it right now, but we will watch it closely. But again, down here to the south, we do have this active tornado warning still in effect. One warning is up for Caroline County here till 1:15, and then the additional warning is for King George County. This goes until 1:30. So we're going to continue to track this. I see that Crystal's just hopping on. She wants to know the exact locations of these. And we actually do not have a brand new tornado warning. Not exactly brand new, but the National Weather Service in Wakefield, Virginia has issued this small little polygon here. It's really hard to see, but it just connects the two warnings here. And they're just issuing that here until 1:15. So for about the next 7 minutes here. So there's no gap in the warning coverage. So this is where one storm is. We have an additional storm I'm watching closely here in Charles County near Newport. This is north of Newburgh, and we are going to track this storm. We're going to assume with the storms today, at least right now, that they're moving here to the northeast at about 25 miles an hour. So we are going to watch this storm potentially take a path a little bit more like this. So this would not be the tornado warning storm. Let me get that box off of there. This is going to be for this additional developing storm here north of Newport. And as it tracks to the north and east, this storm will have the potential to bring heavy rain, gusty winds, and we're even seeing some early signs of rotation. So just keep this in mind. If you're out here towards Charlotte Hall, Hughesville, Eagle Harbor, Lower Marlboro, Huntingtown, Cheneyville, Sunderland, and Willows, keep this in mind. It's very possible this storm falls apart. That potential is there, but I'm letting you know this storm is indicating some early signs of rotation, so we will treat it with caution. But this storm down here in parts of Virginia continues to continue these tornado warnings. We can see where we have a dark area here of rotation, where we have winds going like this and winds going a little bit like this just south of Port Royal. So maybe this tracks a little bit closer to the index area, This should stay north and west of Colonial Beach and north and west primarily of much of Westmoreland County. So this threat of seeing a tornado is very present today. Again, much of our region is under this tornado watch here. This is going to be in effect until 7 o'clock this evening. So the next 6 hours, we are going to have a heightened alert. We're going to stay extra weather aware. We want to stay informed of what is going on around us with these storms, especially seeing as these storms are moving through potentially right around rush hour this evening. So we will want to keep this we want to keep this in the front part of our heads. This is the storm timeline graphic I put together this morning. I find that a lot of people see this as a very helpful and useful tool, so you know what's moving through when and how bad it could get. I'm really honing in on this period of time between about 3 o'clock and about 9 o'clock this evening for the highest flash flooding threat and for the highest tornado threat as well. We will have the potential for some scattered power outages with these storms as well. I want to actually come back over here to our live traffic camera here. This is based in Charles County at the Harry Nice Bridge. That bridge would be right back in here. So this is 301 looking southbound. You can see, and I can at least tell because I've been looking at this camera a little bit, we're seeing a darkening of the cloud base over on this left side of your screen. I don't know if you can clearly see my mouse or not. But on this side of the screen where the SW is, this area is seeing a darkening of the clouds. This would be where that storm that currently has a tornado warning on it is. So this camera will give us a good vantage point to see how this storm is interacting with the atmosphere, and if it is able to cross the Potomac, how it interacts with the those warm waters. Let's come back over here though. We still are only tracking that one tornado warning. That's cell up here into Charlotte, getting near Charlotte Hall continues to show some pretty intense areas of, not intense, but some early signs of rotation at least. Let me switch things over a little bit here. And at the very least, we're talking about some pretty gusty winds. Actually, I want to get our downdraft potential loaded up here, and we're watching for that potential of 40 to 50 mile an hour winds with this. So we could see a severe thunderstorm warning get associated with this storm here in Dennisville. That is north of Newport. That will be looking to move into the Charlotte Hall, into the Hughesville area. So any interest here along Route 5, even Route 6 right now moving through Dennisville, but really Route 5 here getting on over towards 231. You want to keep this in mind. We'll see if the National Weather Service has any new updates here on this tornado warning. We don't have any new updates with it. I want to see if we have any updated areas of rotation, and we're still tracking the same area of rotation here. Again, winds in green. This would be indicative of winds going towards the radar. Red, winds away from the radar. This is now moving into King George County. So this area down here near Index, let's go ahead and zoom in, get you some local roads you might be a little bit more familiar with. I definitely wouldn't be familiar with them, seeing as I'm not from King George County, but I hope that this is at least a little helpful for those of you down here in this region. So we're going to be talking about Nassau Lane right now in Salem Church Road. It's really this region over here, Bald Eagle Drive, down here near the Index area for that potential. And we do now have a brand new tornado warning coming into the storm center. And this is going to be for Charles County. We were just talking about the storm. So this is now, we can see that here. We were literally just talking about this, a brand new tornado warning here for parts of Charles County, and this is going to be for parts of Prince George's County as well, as the storm races here to the north and east. So let's go ahead and get a storm track loaded up on this, and let me go ahead and get this posted over to our social media accounts. We need to zoom out quite a ways here to get the entire storm track here loaded up, but this will include Dennisville, this will include Hughesville. This is just to the west of 301. This is a brand new tornado warning in effect now for this area. Let me again go ahead and get this posted up over to our social media accounts, and we will continue to watch this. And this is for an additional storm out ahead of our main area that we've been tracking in King George County. This is an active tornado warning for this area right now. This is not an observed tornado right now. This is radar indicated rotation. So let me go ahead and update this. So this is near dense. moving north at about 35 miles an hour. Move indoors now. All right, let's go ahead and get that posted up. Let me attach that. So this does not include Calvert County, given the stark northward progression of this storm. This right now only includes eastern parts of Charles County and southern parts of PG County. I will quickly flash on over here. That was the wrong thing. My apologies. I will flash over here, though, and bring up those tornado safety precautions. So if you right now are in eastern parts of Charles County and southern parts of Prince George's County, this is what you need to be doing right now. We do have this severe thunderstorm warning in effect for parts of Charles County and PG County until 1:45. Let me go ahead and save that, make sure that this is all posted up on social media, and it sure enough is, and we will come back over here and talk about this warning. Let's bring this back. So if you're just now joining us, hello, I'm Forecaster John Bordash, continuing to work to keep you ahead of these dangerous storms this afternoon. We do not have several different tornado warnings in effect, along with a grand scheme tornado watch for everyone until 7. But we have a tornado warning for King George County and an additional tornado warning for a separate cell here in Charles County. This is brand new. This is going to be near Dennisville. This is going to be passing right through the Hughesville area right now. And so let's get the latest warning text loaded up here on this. So again, it's going to be a tornado warning for southeastern PG County and northeastern Charles County until 1:45. It's for this pink polygon. This is going to be until 1:45. At 1:11, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Dennisville, moving to the north at about 35 miles an hour. The main hazard here, of course, will be a tornado. We're talking about radar-indicated rotation, and we've been tracking the storm here for the last 15 minutes, watching this closely. Locations impacted include, but are not limited to, Waldorf, St. Charles, Brandywine, Hughesville, Baden, Aquasco, Bryantown, and Dennisville. Again, tornado warning here for these locations until 1:45. For those in the path of a direct tornado touchdown, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur with this storm, and mobile homes are likely to be damaged or destroyed with this type of a situation, and tree damage will be widespread with this. Let's go ahead and bring back up those tornado safety precautions here for you. Again, this is going to be for eastern parts of Charles County, so this is going to be for let me bring up some town names while you all are looking at this, learning what you need to be doing. This is for Dennisville. This is for Bryantown, Hughesville. This is just north and west of Charlotte Hall, so none of St. Mary's County, none of Calvert County in this. This is northeastern Charles County here. This includes parts of Waldorf. This includes parts of St. Charles. This goes up towards Aquasco, Baden, many of these regions under a tornado warning right now. Let me bring it back over here to live William Richmond Inc. radar. This is the region we're watching, and we can see a very clear and defined hook echo here with this system here in the Dennisville area. This is indicative of where we're looking at the storm feeding in warm air onto itself to help it intensify. This isn't the best velocity scan, and this is a product we use to show us how winds are moving in the atmosphere. But what I am seeing is that we are seeing a general area of rotation, and I want to make sure I have the drawing tool loaded up right into this region. So this is, again, right in the Dennisville area, and if we switch this over to regular radar, that would match up well with where this rotation currently is. Let me go ahead and clear this off of here for you. And let's go ahead and try to bring up some town names of where this could be impacting areas. So this is going to be right up here along Oliver's Shop Road. We're talking Dr. Eldon Road. We're talking I'm going to leave that alone. Bryantown Drive right now. Bryantown Road as well, over here towards Huckleberry Drive. Route 5, the Hughesville area. You think those like two huge traffic circles of that region right now. And then this pushes up here into Dr. Samuel Mudd Road. That's a very interesting road name. Woodmount Lane over here towards Poplar Hill Road. On over towards Sunset Trail. And again, we're talking all of these different areas right now. Cedarville Road over here towards 381 and parts of Bain under this active tornado warning. And this is in addition to our tornado warning here in King George County. So it is very possible for those of you here in Charles County to have 2 tornado warned storms, because this storm here in King George County will continue to track north and east. So these same areas under a tornado warning now could see an additional one in about half an hour. So let's reset a little bit. Let me bring you back over here. Again, these are your tornado safety precautions. If you're under one of these tornado warnings in eastern Charles County or in King George County, you're moving into a substantial shelter that has a foundation. You don't want to be in a mobile home. You don't want to be in a shed. You want to move to the lowest level of your home. A basement would be great. A first floor is great. Even a second floor could be okay. That's as low as you can go. And you want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. You want to protect yourself from flying debris. And one great way you can do that is by covering your head and body, potentially with a mattress, but pillows, anything like that to protect you in case, heaven forbid, a tornado works through. You want to protect yourself from that flying debris, and placing that there will protect you, and you will be happy that you did that. But we are still watching, again, these 2 tornado warnings. But if we come back over here, actually, much of our region remains under a tornado watch until 7 o'clock. So this is for all of Charles, Calvert, St. Mary's, Anne Arundel, PG, King George, and Westmoreland counties. All of these locations are going to be under a tornado watch until 7. And remember the difference here between a watch and a warning. You can see my taco graphic there. I don't think at this point I need to walk you through that. But the watch means conditions are possible. These warnings mean that we are likely a tornado is either occurring or it is imminent. And we will watch these storms as they continue to track to the north and west. I do want to quickly come back down here, though, to our King George County storm. Give these people attention that they deserve. Again, until 1:30, they are under a tornado warning. So for about the next 11 minutes, we can see very clearly where this rotation is. And I suspect we will get a new tornado warning here for parts of King George, for parts of Charles County. We can see this rotation using our velocity scan. Greens indicate where winds are going towards the radar, so just north of index, like this. These reds indicate where wind is going away from the radar, so just like this, right here in the index area north and west of Colonial Beach. So the areas for this storm, this is our southernmost storm. Tracking to the northeast here, we're tracking it at 26 miles per hour. So if we take that area of rotation, we push it at 26 miles per hour. We're pushing this at 31 degrees, so we're going to bring this a little bit more like this. These same areas under a tornado warning now in Charles County could see an additional tornado warning get issued here soon. We're talking the Morgantown, the Newburgh area, Pope's Creek, down towards Belle Alton, down towards Dentsville, down towards Hughesville. This region here will need to watch this storm because I see no signs of this storm weakening, and it is likely going to prompt another tornado warning for southern parts of Charles County, potentially even northwestern parts of St. Mary's County, just to be safe. So if you live anywhere in or near this little white shape, I would suggest you start taking those tornado safety precautions if you haven't already. Some of these areas aren't under a warning yet, but I'm letting you know that potential is high that you will be placed under one in about the next 10 minutes or so. So what does that mean? What does a tornado safety precaution list look like? This is what you're going to be doing. You want to move indoors to a substantial shelter, and that is so important. People think staying in a mobile home will be fine, but it will not. You need to find a substantial shelter to move into. That's why earlier today we were alerting you to this potential, and I told you to start thinking of where this could be and where you would go if you saw a tornado warning for your area. You want to move to the lowest level of your home. A basement's great, a first floor is great, but even a second floor can be okay if that's as low as you can go. And you want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. That's probably the most important thing behind being in a substantial shelter. You want to throw as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Let's bring it back over here to our William Richmond Inc. radar. What I do want to do is come back to our northern storm. This is a storm currently trying to produce a tornado here in the Bryantown area. Where are we looking at the rotation with this storm? We are looking at it right through here and right through here. So this is moving right into Bryantown, just to the west of Hughesville here, about to cross Route 5, continuing to track north and west here, and we just got a new radar scan. Let's go ahead and clear this, and this continues to show us that we are now looking at this to have crossed Route 5. This is going to continue up Bryantown Road here in northeastern parts of Charles County. Let's go ahead and get these arrows off of here because that can become a little distracting when we're trying to pinpoint these locations. Let me go ahead and get our street name loader brought back up. And again, we are talking the Woodville area. We are talking Poplar Hill. We're talking Dr. Samuel Mudd Road. We're talking the Gallant Green Road. If any of these locations are near you, or you know where these locations are, you want to take those tornado safety precautions. We have a new update here from the National Weather Service continuing this tornado warning for parts of Charles County and PG County until 1:45. At 1:21, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Bryantown, moving north at 35 miles per hour. For those in the direct path of this potential tornado touchdown, flying debris will become dangerous if you are not within a substantial shelter with a foundation. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes may be damaged or destroyed. Tree damage is likely with this storm. Locations impacted include, but are not limited to, Waldorf, St. Charles, and on over towards the Hughesville area. We have a brand new tornado warning now coming in. I suspect this is going to be for parts of Charles County. It is up here near the Westmoreland County area. We're going to see this populate here very quickly. This is going to be, down here towards Swan Point, just near Newburgh, just north of Cobb Island. This is going to be until 2 o'clock. I know this map doesn't look the best, but the National Weather Service issues these warnings in very weird-looking ways. So we are still tracking this severe thunderstorm moving to the northeast at about 46 degrees at 22 miles per hour. So we want to take this a little bit more like that, and this gives you an idea of potential storm impact times here for you. So I need to go ahead and get this updated here to our social media feed, so please work with me as I do that and try my best to multitask. I will leave this up here for you, though. As I do this, again, this is a tornado warning here for parts of Charles County and parts of King George County. This will be going here until 2 o'clock for this pink polygon. This includes Swan Point and just south of Newburgh. These are going to be the areas under this active tornado warning, this additional tornado warning here for the next little bit. Let me go ahead and get this updated here for you. The National Weather Service is stating that this is for south central Charles County. It's really just southern Charles County and northeastern King George County. So for southern Charles and eastern King George County here until 2 o'clock. A severe thunderstorm was capable of producing a tornado was located near Colonial Beach, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. Again, this is going to be a very dangerous situation we have potentially unfolding here in parts of this area. We will continue to watch this. If you are just now joining us, I am Forecaster John Bordash here, continuing to keep you ahead of these dangerous storms that are potentially trying to produce tornadoes. We have 3 tornado warnings in effect across our coverage zone. Let's go ahead and walk you through each and every one of them, and then I'll show you our tornado safety precautions. We have 1 tornado warning up here for parts of Charles County. This is Hughesville, getting just south of Brandywine. This tornado warning here will go until 1:45. This is just for Charles and PG counties. We have a tornado warning here for parts of King George County. This is just King George County. This goes until 1:30. But this storm is really on the southern end of this warning, so the National Weather Service has issued an additional tornado warning down here for a very small area, but it's an impacted area. Dahlgren, on over towards Morgantown, Swan Point, Issue, just north of Cobb Island. If you're in Cobb Island, I want you to take those tornado safety precautions we're going to talk about in a second. And this goes until 2 o'clock. If you're in one of these tornado warned areas, what should you be doing? First and foremost, you need to get to a substantial shelter that has a foundation. Being in a mobile home during a situation like this is not safe, and the majority of lives that get lost in tornadoes are people that have stayed in areas that are not a substantial shelter with a foundation. Move to the lowest level of your home. A basement is great. A first floor is great. If you can only get down to the second floor where you're at, maybe you're in a multi-story apartment building, that is fine as well. But then this third point becomes even more critical. Move into an interior room. You want as many walls between you and the outside as possible as the storm continues to track into parts of this region. This tornado warning out here in King George County will be allowed to expire just about now, so we'll just be left with 1 warning here that'll really show you where the primary threat is for parts of this region. So this will expire here in a moment, but what we are looking at, again, this is looking at our velocity tool. This shows us where winds are going towards and away from the radar. Right now, we have winds coming towards the radar right in here. We're coming in towards the radar right in here. So this is just north of Colonial Beach. Colonial Beach, you're not included in this because you're monitored by a different National Weather Service office. I know that that seems like a very minute and nuanced detail, but that is why you're not underneath this tornado warning. They have not issued that for you. But if you're in Colonial Beach, right now is go time. I'd stay in a tornado safety area for you, but this is going to cross just south of 301, and I want to come back over here to some of our traffic cameras here, see if they're able to show us what some of these storms are looking like, and I think we're able to see some of this here. Let's bring you on over here. This is taking a look at 301 looking southbound here. So this is headed towards Virginia, and this tornado warning storm is passing south of this point. So on the part of the screen that has the SW, this is the part of the screen that is featuring that storm with the potential tornado warning. And given the nature of these storms today, as much as I want to stay with this storm, I can't. I need to come up here to northern parts of Charles County. This storm is looking very, very dangerous. If you are in southern PG County, you need to be moving into your tornado safe place right now. This is going to be a dangerous storm. We have an impressive signature here on radar for rotation. This is showing us where we have winds coming away from the radar and where winds are going towards. And we have a nice couplet there showing that potential there for you. So let's go ahead and clear that off. Let's come over to our normal radar presentation. And I want to go ahead. I want to track this storm, give you as much lead time as possible with this, because the excuse of I didn't have a warning about this storm is not acceptable. We're going to go ahead and track this at about 46 degrees. We're taking this at about 22 miles per hour, and I think this is about as far east as I see this tracking. So in the Baden area, you're going to want to stay tornado aware. Dunkirk, this could try to move into your region here in about the next half an hour. Stay aware. This could be moving into northern Calvert County here in about the next 15 to 30 minutes. So if you're in areas north of Huntingtown, keep this in mind. And I would definitely say if you're north of Huntingtown into the west of Route 4, this northwestern portion here of Calvert County, Dunkirk, Cheneyville, Lower Marlboro, Kings Landing, Huntingtown. This is the region I'm going to be watching very, very closely. After that, this then tracks into southern parts of Anne Arundel County. So this is going to be impacting areas like Deal, Tracy's Landing, Lothian, Shadyside here over the next 30 to 45 minutes as it continues to track north and east, and potentially even in Shadyside. You need to keep this in mind as the storm continues to track here to the north and east. We are now down to 2 tornado warnings, but we have plenty more storms back to our west that are going to be moving into our region. And this is why throughout the day today and all day yesterday, I was giving you the first alert of these storms potentially producing tornadoes. We talked this morning about how these storms have an enhanced risk of producing a tornado today, and we will continue to watch this. These tornado warned storms right now, the northern one moving into Baden just now. So let's go ahead and get our street tool loaded up here. So we're talking Highway 381. We're talking over towards Baden Westwood Road. Any of these locations, you should be in that tornado safe space right now. We're talking Nelson Pierre Road, Molly Berry Road, State Highway 382, River Airport Road, Baden Westwood Road. I've said that name a second time. That tells you you need to be in those tornado safe places. We're talking over here. Let's get some of these additional names loaded up, and some of these aren't showing up. Let's see. Slamero Way is going to be an area we're going to be watching as well as this continues to move north and east. I will say that I am on my phone. I'm subscribed to several of our. And actually, before I can even get there, we have a brand new tornado warning coming into our region. Let me go ahead and see where this is, see which system. This is a new tornado warning. We can see this now. Parts of Charles County, parts of St. Mary's County. We were literally just talking about this about 5 minutes ago. These areas that were initially under a tornado warning are likely to be under an additional one as this storm moves to the north and east, and sure enough, that has happened. This is going to be a tornado warning here, and this will be going until 2 o'clock here for parts of Charles and St. Mary's counties. This storm is moving at about 36 miles per hour. So I need to zoom out wide scale here to get all of this storm. That direction will work fine. This is going to be the region we're watching here. This is going to be Newport. This is Chaptico. This is north of Bushwood. This is Mechanicsville. A tornado warning. Yet another tornado warning here until 2 o'clock. This means I need to get this uploaded to our social media accounts. That means I need to multitask. That means I won't be talking a whole bunch for the next minute. But these are the areas here. This pink polygon, this is going to be for northwestern St. Mary's County and central Charles County until 2 o'clock. At 1:30, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Dahlgren, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. Again, this is an active tornado warning, which only adds to our growing list. We currently have 3 in effect, and this is not just the third tornado warning today. This is, I think, probably the 5th or 6th that I'm covering here that we're going to continue to watch. So let me go ahead save this here. So this is for really southern parts of Charles County. We're talking areas La Plata Point south, and we're talking northwestern St. Mary's County now under this tornado warning. Brand new tornado warning here for these locations. I want to save that. I want to bring up Twitter, make sure that we're getting that social media feed uploaded. If you need to know what you need to be doing in these locations right now, these are your tornado safety precautions. This is what you need to be doing right now. If you live in Newburgh, if you live in Mechanicsville, if you live in Chaptico, this is what you're doing right now. Okay, now that that's posted, we can come back over here. Again, this is the tornado warning. This is in effect here until 2 o'clock. Let's take that off here. Let's get you the latest warning text here from the National Weather Service. And if you're just now joining, good afternoon. I'm Forecaster John Bordash, continuing to track these dangerous storms moving into our region. We have several tornado warnings in effect. I want to first get started here, though, with this tornado warning in southern parts of Charles County, northwestern parts of St. Mary's. This goes until 2 o'clock. At 1:30, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Dahlgren in King George County, so just across the river, and moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. This is radar indicated rotation right now. There is no confirmed tornado, but a tornado is likely imminent in this region. For those in the direct path of this potential tornado touchdown, flying debris will become dangerous if you're not in a substantial shelter. That means a shelter that does not have a foundation. Mobile homes and sheds will not cut it in this dangerous situation. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes may become damaged or destroyed, and tree damage is likely. So this dangerous storm will be near Pope's Creek at 1:40, so in about 5 minutes, and near La Plata around 1:55. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include, but are not limited to, Newburgh, Charlotte Hall, Mechanicsville, Swan Point, Wicomico, Dentsville. Again, you just had a tornado warning. You have a brand new one till 2 o'clock. Tompkinsville, Faulkner, Mount Victoria, and Belle Alton. This is a tornado warning here till 2 o'clock for this cell down here crossing the Potomac River right now. These storms always ramp up in tornado potential when they cross the Potomac River. We have winds really swirling around here, moving here in between Morgantown and Swan Point. Mount Victoria are under the gun. Then we're going to be talking about Wicomico. Wicomico Shore is really under the gun here from this storm as it continues to push to the north and east. This includes these areas, 257 Mount Victoria Road, down here near Cocoa Creek, up here near Tulip Hill Place. We're talking 234 Trinity Church Road. We're talking North Riceville Road. We're talking 236 Locks Crossing. We're even talking up to Route 5 in this region. And we are still tracking this tornado warning, and it's going to get extended. If you're in parts of Charles County, or PG, northwestern Calvert County, southern Anne Arundel, you have a tornado warning coming. We don't have it in yet, but we know that's likely going to be coming. If you are going to be in any of these locations I'm about to list, you need to be taking your tornado safety precautions as well. We're tracking these storms north and east this morning or afternoon at this point, continuing to track here to the north and east. So near Lower Marlboro, Dunkirk, you need to get into into your tornado safe space right now. Near Bristol, near Tracy's Landing, near Friendship, near the Shadyside and Lothian areas. What does a tornado safe spot mean? What should you be doing right now? These are your tornado safety precautions. Move into a substantial shelter right now if you're under a tornado warning or one is going to be issued. That means you need a building that has a foundation. This is why all day today I have been telling you to start thinking about where this is going to be, because now that we're in a high stress situation, you're not going to be able to think of a place. So if you can get to a substantial shelter with a foundation, you need to be doing that. Move to the lowest level of your home, and that is either going to be a basement or a first floor. For some of you that live in a multi-story apartment building, a second floor can be okay, but then this third point becomes very, very important. You want to move into an interior room. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible as these storms continue to track north and east, and cover your head and body. My mom would have us put a mattress over our bodies. We'd lay in the tub, and that's what we would do. And that's a very good way to attack this, because if a tornado, heaven forbid, moves into your region, you're going to see debris, and you want the debris to hit that mattress, and you don't want it to be hitting you. Let's come back here to our velocity scan. We have several different tornado-warned storms right now. Let's come back here to our southern storm. Let me go ahead and get this storm track taken off. This tornado-warned storm is moving right here into Morgantown. So we're talking Southview Road, Morgantown Road, Waycross Road, Waverly Point Road. Down here, let's see, we saw Waverly Point Road, we saw Morgan Town Road, Thompson Farm Road. These are the locations, this tornado-warned storm right in here, where this is moving north and east. So Swamp Point, Tompkinsville, Mount Victoria, Newburgh, Wicomico Shores, Wicomico. You're under an imminent threat here of a tornado. We're talking about Newport being under this threat as well. And we will continue to watch this as these storms track north and east. The National Weather Service is currently highlighting a lot of our region as being under, and this is a brand new thing we have coming in, under a maximum tornado risk, and this stretches from northeast Virginia into central and eastern Maryland, including southern Maryland. Multiple supercells have developed within a line south of D.C., with notable rotational radar. The moist and warming air mass has led to a lot of thunderstorm energy, including a favorable amount of wind shear, which is the rotation of wind throughout different levels of the atmosphere. We have a brand new not just yet, actually, and I'm actually surprised we don't have a new tornado warning just yet, but I would be very, very aware of a potential tornado warning coming here for parts of southeastern PG County, northern parts of Calvert County, southern parts of Anne Arundel County. This storm here near Lower Marble continues to exhibit rotation. It's had a history of rotation here as it tracks north and east, and we will continue to watch this. And we have an additional storm we need to be watching down here. It's really hard to see given how far away from the radar it currently is, but this is a severe thunderstorm warning here for Bayside locations along the northern neck. This thunderstorm is moving due north, and this can maybe impact the Scotland and Ridge area in about the next hour. This tornado warning up here has been allowed to expire for right now. I'm surprised there is no additional tornado warning, but that potential is definitely going to definitely be there. So let's come back in here then to our only tornado warning we have at the moment, but it's in a very high impact area for our coverage area. We can see the little bit of a hook showing up here on radar. I want to currently turn off our road name tool, where we get this little bit of a hook through Morgantown. This is the region we're going to be watching as it continues to track north and eastward. Let's go ahead and take a look at this velocity, and we are seeing a maximum amount of rotation right now being located near the Morgantown area and pushing just north of Mount Victoria. We're seeing rotation here just south of Newburgh. I want to quickly come over here to some of our traffic cameras here that should be able to show us a decent amount of activity with it. Let me go ahead and bring this up, see what we're looking at. We can see we have gusty winds moving through. And this is the 301 bridge looking southward towards Virginia. This tornado warning storm is just south of where this camera is located. But we do note that we have a lot of rotation in this region, plenty of gusty winds. We see the heavy rain, and we can see those trees moving all around in this region. And we're going to continue to watch this as well. Let's come back here towards radar. This I drew arrows on here to show you through where we're looking at current areas of rotation, where those winds are moving, and how they're going to continue to move. I'm going to come back up here to the north. I think the reason this tornado warning hasn't been extended just yet is because maybe it's a little bit more broad rotation, but there really needs to be a tornado warning on this storm right now. If you're in Dunkirk, let's get this loaded back up here. Let's continue to track this. We're going to be talking about areas up here near Lions Creek Road, on up here towards Hickory Ridge Road, near Ferry Landing, Smithville Road, over here, Yellow Bank Road, I think I've said that already, the Ferry Landing Road, up here near Cheney Road, up near Upper Pinedale Road, these regions in here, Landing Lane, these are the areas, I think, in northern Calvert County, even southern parts of St. Mary's County, Bristol, Tracy's Landing, Friendship, Owens, Cheneyville, Dunkirk, that should be under a tornado warning. And I'm trying to see if it's just this program that's not loading it, but we just don't have one right now, and that is not a very smart decision on the part of the National Weather Service for this storm. I'm seeing extreme amounts of rotation here. Yeah. What I want to do actually is switch gears here with one of our radar programs. I'm going to give you a little bit more of a scientific look into what's going on the ground right now. This is our 4-pane radar up here in the upper left-hand corner. Underneath the William Richmond ink, this is normal radar, what you typically see. This up here in the upper right-hand corner, this is going to be velocity mode. Down here, this is going to be telling us where we have potential rotation. And we see maximum rotation here near just out the Croom, just to the west of Dunkirk. There needs to be a tornado warning on this. This is a very dangerous storm, I think, pushing into the Dunkirk area, into the Bristol area as well. We will continue to watch this. Again, no active tornado warning for this storm right now. I do see a couple of comments as I'm able to briefly look over at my screen saying that Dunkirk is under a warning till 1:45. They are not at the moment, and that the College of Southern Maryland and Leonardtown is sheltering in place. That should not be occurring. You are not under a tornado warning. Leonardtown is actually looking pretty clear just based off of radar. So we are continuing to track these two storms up here as these continue to move to the north and east. This storm here in Newburgh, very, very dangerous. We are going to track this at about 36 miles an hour. We're going to track this at 37 degrees. So that's going to put this right into this region. So these are the areas long-term that need to be worried about our current tornado warned storm here. In parts of Charles County, parts of St. Mary's County right now. These are the locations we are going to be worried about. Charlotte Hall by about 2:04, Hughesville 2:07, Sunderland and Dunkirk again by 2:30, North Beach potentially by 2:38, maybe even up to the Deal area. I do see a quick comment wanting to know about Wicomico Shores. You are under the maximum threat right now. Wicomico Shores, the tornado rotation is right next to where you are right now. We are talking about this rotation here that's just moved through Newburgh. This is getting into Newport, Wicomico. Here you are on Wicomico Shores, and this storm is passing you to the north and east. This is the area we are talking about. So Wicomico Shores, you need to be in that tornado safety area. Right now, these are your tornado safety precautions you're taking. You're in a substantial shelter. You're in an interior room with as many walls between you and the outside as possible. You're in the lowest level of your home, and you need to be protecting your head and body with some sort of maybe a mattress, maybe a pillow, maybe a helmet, just to keep you safe from a potential tornado touchdown. Coming back here, this is our only tornado warning, but like I've been saying, we really should have 2 tornado warnings, and I'm really not in the business of knocking the National Weather Service, but it is incomprehensible to me why we don't have a tornado warning up right now for parts of northern Calvert County and parts of southern Anne Arundel County, as this storm looks to now be crossing the Route 4 area. Our base velocity shows intense rotation here, and that's not the tool I wanted. I wanted to come over here. We're talking Stephen Lane. We're talking Lower Pinedale Road, Hickory Ridge Road, Yellow Bank Road. These are the areas right now. Regular Pinedale Road, Wrighton Road, on over here towards Little Road in Anne Arundel County. I can't list every road name in here, but these are the locations next to this intense rotation couplet of red and green where you need to be. I really think taking those tornado safety precautions. You should be under a tornado warning at the moment, and it is weird, very weird that you are not. But coming back down here to southern parts of, and actually I think we're just now getting this tornado warning in. I want to double check our sources. Nope, that's not for that storm, but this is going to be. Wait. This is for Westmoreland County, though. It's for a developing storm down here near the index region. So this is Colonial Beach until 2 o'clock. This is a new tornado warning here for you. Let's get the latest text on this. Northwestern Westmoreland County until 2 o'clock. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Port Royal or 10 miles east of Bowling Green, moving northeast at 40 miles an hour. So what we're going to do as soon as I get this posted, we're going to track this because this is an additional storm separate from the one moving through Newburgh and Wicomico right now. This is a storm that's going to be threatening Colonial Beach. This is going to be a storm that then threatens parts of St. Mary's County as well. So do give me one moment to get this updated here. We're really putting my computer to the maximum test today, but that is fine. That's why we're here. So this is going to be for northwestern parts of Westmoreland County, including the city of Colonial Beach. This is going to be until 2 o'clock. The storm is moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. We will be watching this. All right, let's go ahead and get that posted right now. So this is a very dangerous situation we have setting up here in parts of our region this afternoon. Give me one moment here. All right, let's go ahead. Let's bring things back on over here. I want to bring us all up to speed on what is currently happening in parts of our region. We have several tornado. Well, right now we have a couple of tornado warnings in effect for parts of our area. So we have several different tornado warning storms and some that are not tornado warned. Let's work through it. We are talking about a tornado warning for northwestern parts of Westmoreland County here. This goes until 2 o'clock this afternoon. This is where we have rotation here just northwest of Colonial Beach. This will be moving into Swamp Point, Mount Victoria, Cobb Island, Maddox, on over towards Chaptico in about the next half an hour. Keep in mind what your tornado safety precautions are. I wouldn't be surprised to see a tornado warning get issued for your area. We have another tornado warning up here for parts of Charles County, parts of St. Mary's County. This tornadic warned storm has a warning until 2 o'clock. This is where we're looking at general areas of rotation moving right through the Newport area, racing north and east, just north of Wicomico shores, moving into Mechanicsville, moving into parts of Charlotte Hall here over the next little bit. And then our last storm that likely that needs to have a tornado warning, and it is really irritating me that it doesn't. We're talking this storm up here just north of Dunkirk. This is going to be a region that has a high area of rotation associated with it right now, moving into Bristol as we speak. But that's currently where we stand right now. We have no other tornado warnings at the moment. I do want to go ahead and take a look currently at our correlation coefficient. This will tell us if we have any areas of debris showing up, and I'm not seeing any areas of debris right now, which would be good. That means we likely don't have a tornado on the ground in any of these areas, which would be very good news at the moment. So we're going to continue to watch this as this, oh my God, like this is just not a good situation here. Bristol, Lothian, Tracy's Landing, Shadyside, these areas, I'm going to draw my own tornado warning. We're talking these areas right through here. If you live within this white polygon right now, this is the area you should be taking tornado safety precautions right now. This is an area that needs to be under a tornado warning. I say you need to be under a tornado warning here until 2:30. And we're going to watch this storm right in here move through. So, it's hard because I can't stay on any one storm for any too long of a period of time, because then we take attention away from other storms. But Bristol, you have this hook echo moving in right now. So let's continue to go ahead and track this. Come back down here towards the south. We have 2 areas of rotation right now. And I actually want to turn this off because this gets a little distracting, that little symbol there. So area of rotation right now, moving through Newport. We see where the winds are circling right now. We're going to continue to watch this as it pushes north and west. Areas that need to be alert. This includes the Plato. This includes Densville. This includes Mechanicsville. These are the areas under this tornado warning right now. So areas like Bowling Drive on over towards Penns Hill Road. We're talking Whisper Creek Court, Trinity Church Road, Kentucky Avenue. Over here towards Old Sycamore Road. These road names sound familiar. They're near you. Move into that tornado safe spot. This is moving into Densville. This is going to be crossing Route 6 here in about the next 5 minutes or so. This should stay south of the Plata. So I think you're good in the Plata, but parts of your area east of 301, you're under that tornado warning here for the next, this is going to be rolling here for the next 7 minutes right now. We're going to track this on over towards parts of Charlotte Hall and Mechanicsville. If you're south of Route 5 in Mechanicsville, you're under the tornado warning. So we're talking Grove Farm Lane, we're talking Culver Lane, we're talking Route 6, we're talking 236, West Ham Lane, we're talking Locks Creek Road. These are the areas under a tornado warning. Granted, this should stay just to the west of the primary target zone here in Densville. And where we're getting this lighter color in here, meaning that darker color, that's the rotation there in parts of Densville. Then coming down south, we have an additional area of rotation, not as well defined, but it is there, moving here through Colonial Beach. This will be moving through Swan Point, Mount Victoria, just north of Cobb Island, Maddox, Chaptico, Bushwood here, over the next 15 minutes or so. So if you are under a tornado warning right now, what do you need to be doing? These are your tornado safety precautions. If you're under the warning, not the watch. And I want to make sure I show you what that tornado watch looks like, because we have not visited that in a second. Everyone in red is under a tornado watch. That means that you are watching for the potential for a tornado, or in essence, watching for the potential for a taco. We have additional areas under tornado warnings. That means they're likely seeing a tornado on the ground, or it's imminent, or they're likely about to eat a taco. That is what we're talking about right now. And if you're under one of those tornado warnings, you're going to want to be moving indoors into a substantial shelter that has a foundation. That will be critically important. Move to the lowest floor of your home, building, or school, wherever you are. Basement is amazing. First floor is okay. Second floor we can deal with, but then you need to make sure that you're really moving into an interior room, and you should be doing that anyway. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. You want to cover your head and body. If you're in a workspace, if you're in a school, what does that look like? You're going to be crouching down on the ground. You want to go ahead and try to cover your face in case any of these tornadoes do indeed touch down and bring those high impacts to your region. Let's reset here a little bit. Let's take a wider look at what's going on. Believe it or not, this is not the entire tornado risk right now. We have additional storms to our west that are firing up that we're going to want to continue to watch. We have a storm down here through parts of the northern neck that's going to be racing here to the north and east. We have additional storms moving through the northern neck. All of these are pushing north and east. And it actually looks like right now, as we approach 2 o'clock, our tornado warnings for parts of our region will be allowed to expire, as rotation at the moment is coming down. But like we've been saying, new tornado warning finally for parts here of Anne Arundel County. This should have been issued 15 minutes ago. But this is a tornado warning here until 2:30. Like my warning suggested, we have a dangerous storm moving into Harwood right now. I need to go ahead and get this posted up to our social media accounts. At 1:56, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Upper Marlboro. That's not accurate. We're currently sitting near the Harwood area on over towards Lothian, and this storm is racing here to the north and east. We're going to continue to track this storm. So let me go ahead and get this updated here for all of our social media accounts, and then we'll really talk in depth about this here in just 1 second. Let's see. So we're talking about this near Harwood. So I immediately think of Southern High School down there in Harwood. I don't know if schools are in session, but they need to be taking tornado safety precautions there. This does indeed include Annapolis. So let me go ahead. This does include Annapolis, MD. So let's go ahead and get that posted up. I want to get this over to Twitter or over to Facebook. I want to make sure I'm getting that together at the moment. What I do want to do is give you the latest information here. I want to zoom out and I want to give you a look at potential timing here. So we're near the Harwood area. We're racing 37 miles an hour. That's a really fast moving storm. We're moving at about 30 degrees. So this gives you an idea about timing for this storm. So keep this in mind here as we talk about that potential for a tornado in parts of Anne Arundel County now. All of our other warnings at this present time have been allowed to expire. So let's go ahead and get that posted up here. Let that post. And okay. I'm going to come back over here quickly. I can't wait for that. So this is our tornado warning here. This is near the Harwood region. Let's go ahead and take a look at our base velocity here. Yeah, this is why this should have been warned 15 minutes ago. We have really strong rotation here into parts of Lothian, moving right here into the Harwood area. So the way this rotation would be looking would be like this, moving into Lothian. This is following Route 2 northward, so through all those traffic circles, that's where we're talking about this rotation. Let's go ahead and bring up our road tracker here. This again is for Route 2, 255, Polling House Road, on over towards Farmhouse Lane. You're right in the thick of it right now. Tiber Lane, Weston Farm Road, Mill Swamp Road, Birdsville Road, following Brick Church Road. Essentially, if you live within a stone's throw of Route 2, you need to be taking these tornado safety precautions. This is what they are. You're moving into a substantial shelter with a firm foundation. A mobile home or a shed is not going to cut it. Move to the lowest level of your home, business, or school. That's either a basement. That would be amazing. It could be a first floor for you, or it could be a second floor if that's as low as you can go. You need to get into an interior room. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible with this storm. Yeah, all of our other tornado warnings have been allowed to expire, but this storm in Anne Arundel County is looking very strong. I am very concerned right now. If you are here in Lothian, if you are here in Harwood, following Route 2, Mayo, you're in this. Shelby on the Bay, you're in this. Edgewater, Davidsonville, Hillsmire Shores, Parole, Annapolis, Arnold, on over towards Crownsville, Harold Harbor, even Severna Park, just south of Pasadena. These are the areas, and we have lots of schools in these areas. I'm thinking of Southern. I'm thinking of South River. I'm thinking of Annapolis. I'm thinking of Broadneck. I'm thinking of Old Mill. All of these locations right now, all of those areas near those spots I've just listed need to be in a tornado safe space. Let's get the latest warning text here for you. Again, this is a tornado warning here for central Anne Arundel County until 2:30. At 1:56, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Upper Marlboro, and we really know that that's really much more like Harwood, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. For those in the direct path of a potential tornado touchdown, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur with this storm. Mobile homes could be damaged or destroyed. Tree damage is likely. Locations impacted include, but are not limited to, Annapolis, Mayo, Naval Academy, the Severn River, South River, Road River, Severna Park, Arnold, Perot, London Town, Edgewater, Riviera, on over towards Harold Harbor, Crownsville, Galesville, on over towards Highland Beach, Lothian, Davidsonville, the Navy Marine Corps Stadium, and Eastport. This is an active tornado warning here till 2:30. Our other tornado warnings have been allowed to expire. And I know if you're sitting in Charles County or St. Mary's County, especially Charles County, you're saying, what do you mean? It is raining cats and dogs. But the rotation, if we come back here to our base velocity, this shows us where we have rotation in the atmosphere right now, where winds are meeting up and where they're swirling around. We have much more of a broad rotation here near Hughesville. This is several mile long. This looks to me like a 5 or 8 mile long rotation, so this is broad. This storm was tornado warned. That warning has been allowed to expire. If we actually were to take radar back here a little bit, we can see really how the rotation really kind of peaked here in parts of Newport. Let me get these arrows off here. It peaked over here towards Newport, but right now it's become much more broad. And we have an additional area of broad rotation on over towards areas like Newburgh. But this storm, this is not a good situation. We're talking areas near Harwood. I really want to get in here, but yeah, I need to check our debris tracker. Yeah, we likely have a tornado on the ground with this storm. So we're really following areas right up along Route 2 here, southern Anne Arundel County. We're talking Harwood. We're moving that right up Route 2 into Edgewater, Shelby on the Bay. These regions, you have to be. There is no other choice. You have to be in your tornado safe spot right now. This is likely producing a tornado on the ground in southern parts of Anne Arundel County. And how can why do I think that? This correlation coefficient tracker, this measures how similar or dissimilar objects are in the atmosphere. If everything's a raindrop, we're going to see these purples and reds. But where we get these blues, that's indicative of things in the atmosphere that are very dissimilar. So that is likely debris. And given our intense rotation here near Harwood, this is right over Choose Chapel Road. This is getting right over Mill Swamp Road, really following 468 in Route 2. This is likely producing an active tornado. The National Weather Service is not currently highlighting that, but as we've seen today, I don't want to say they've been behind the ball, but I guess I need to say that at the moment because this should have been warned back when it was in PG County to give these people additional time. But that's why we were highlighting these areas half an hour ago. So you have to be in these tornado safe spaces right now. This is going to continue to move north and east here. So let's get some more road names loaded up here. South River Clubhouse Road, Monarch Avenue, Colony King West. So I think this is like South River Colony up in here. I pass it all the time going to the Annapolis Mall. You are under an imminent tornado threat right now. There is likely a tornado on the ground that is likely going to be impacting South River Colony here over the next little bit. We're talking Edgewater. All of these marinas in this area here up along this back bay, Riviera as well. You're under a tornado warning. There's likely a tornado coming that is on the ground moving towards this area. Shelby on the Bay, Hillsmire Shores, these areas as well. We're talking Walnut Drive, Pocahontas Drive, Colliers Drive, Lock Haven Road, all of these locations under an imminent tornado threat right now. I think we likely have a tornado on the ground. I think it could potentially be of EF1 strength, potentially producing wind speeds that do get upwards of 90 to 100 miles per hour, given what we're seeing on radar right now. And this eventually tracks into Annapolis. This tracks on over towards Arnold. We're going to continue to watch this. Severna Park even, you're under this tornado warning at the moment. This is a very serious storm, and we are really going to continue to watch this here over the next little bit. And what I actually want to show you, this is a product with another one of our tools. This isn't going to look the prettiest, but I think it really highlights what we're talking about right now. This product here, this tracks rotation. This picks up where we have rotation, and where you get these yellows and reds, this is indicative here of high likelihood of rotation. This storm has tracked through Index, through Colonial Beach, crossed here into Newburgh, crossed through Hughesville, Dennisville, Bryantown, Horsehead, and we were mentioning it as it moved just near Dunkirk, now in Bristol, or was in Bristol, now in Harwood, following Birdsville, Woodland Beach, Shelby on the Bay, Riviera, Hillsmire Shores, Highland Beach, Parole, Annapolis, all of these locations under an imminent tornado threat with this storm as it continues to track here to the north and east. And I suspect now that we're up into this part of our coverage zone, we should start to get get some cameras. I really want to take a look at those, see. Actually, no, we're not even there yet with this storm. The nearest one we have here is going to be on Route 50. I want to see if I can't just get a good view of these storms from one of these cameras here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, which is really going to be, yeah, here we go, this one. So this is going to be 50 at Rootland Road. This is US 50 West here. This is near our tornado warning storm. This is probably about 5 to 10 miles away from where the tornado was likely on the ground. This is taking a look out here. You can see it is near whiteout conditions due to heavy rain. You're looking at the gusty winds. This is the scene in some parts of the region, and this is not even the worst of it yet. You're likely not even seeing the worst right now. So, yeah, this tornado warning storm has just passed through Harwood. That's likely producing a tornado. Looks like we're hooking a little bit more to the right now. This is likely much more closer to 468. So we're talking Collins Road, Old Muddy Creek Road. We're talking on over towards Counters Wharf Road. We are now getting a new, actually, no, that's not for our local area, so we're still just rolling with this tornado warning here for Anne Arundel County till 2:30. We're talking Donwood Drive, Highland Drive, on up here into parts of Edgewater, and I believe we said this was the Woodland Beach area as well. Glebe Heights Drive, Colliers Drive, Lock Haven Road, Shelby on the Bay. This tornado warning storm, this is likely producing a tornado on the ground. This is racing north and east. This is going to impact you here very soon. If you are in Lothian, if you're down towards Bristol, I'm going to give you the all clear. This is likely past to your north. If there had been anything on the ground, it's already moved through. So you are good at the moment from this storm. I'm going to give you the all clear for right now. This is a dynamic situation, though, that is likely going to change throughout the rest of today. Let's go ahead and I want to see if I can't just get a storm track loaded up here. It looks like we've hit the point in the program where that needs to have some time to reset. So I want to switch gears here so I can get that storm track for you. I want to give that program a second to reboot because that information is important. But we're taking a look back here, and we could just come over here to, yeah, look at this. Look at, oh my God. So this is where we're likely looking at rotation here. This is just north of Birdsville. So again, this is our 4-panel radar. This up here in the upper left-hand corner, underneath the live radar banner, that is going to be normal radar, which you see every day. Up here in the upper right-hand corner near Woodland Beach, this region, this is our rotation tracker, and so is it down here. Just below it where you see the greens and the blues. And then on the other side of that, we're looking at that's going to be our correlation coefficient right now. And this is indicating to me that we likely have a tornado on the ground. I see high likelihood we're looking at rotation. We're likely looking at a tornado on the ground at the moment. I do want to come back over here now. Now that we've given this a chance to reset a little bit, we're moving this tornado warning storm here right into Edgewater, right onto Shelby on the Bay, right into Hillsmire Shores, Woodland Beach, all of these areas. So this is going to be our tornado warning storm, and I need to have this zoom out far and quick. And we're, I believe, moving this at about 36 miles an hour. So we'll just go ahead and do that, knowing that that is going to be close to what we're likely looking at. So this is moving into Edgewater here, really right around now, the next 3 to 4 minutes this is moving in. This is crossing Route 2 here in Parole and Annapolis here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Any interest in this region need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. We're taking this up 301, up 50, up 2 to near the Bay Bridge. This is just south. This is likely going to be moving in here over the next 15 minutes. I don't want to spend too much time not talking about this storm, but if we zoom out, we can see areas of very heavy rain throughout Charles County, Westmoreland County, St. Mary's County. No active tornado warnings at the moment. As we take a look at base velocity, I'm seeing additional areas of rotation trying to spike back up here near Bryantown and Hughesville. No tornado warning for you, but I'm watching it closely. We have an additional severe thunderstorm warning still in effect down here for parts of, I believe this is Lancaster and Northumberland counties, but I could be wrong, down here on the northern neck of Virginia. So we do now have an update to our tornado warning. This has just come in. I need to zoom in here. We're on the wrong side of the screen. So we're going to keep the tornado warning in effect here until, and of course that wouldn't update. We're going to keep this in effect until 2:30 for Central Anne Arundel County. At 2:10, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over London Town or near Mayo, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. So this is likely going to be impacting Annapolis, Mayo, Naval Academy, Severn River, South River, Severna Park, Arundel, Parole, London Town, Edgewater, Riviera Beach, Harold Harbor, Crownsville, Highland Beach, Hillsmire Shores, Sherwood Forest, Davidsonville, the Navy Marine Corps Stadium, Eastport, and Bay Ridge here over the next 15 minutes or so. And you can see radars indicating this little bit of a mesovortice within this storm. Let me go ahead and bring us back over here to rotation. We can see why this is a that is a very strong sign of rotation here, moving over Edgewater right now, getting ready to move in here to parts of Parole. We have a new tornado warning here. I think it's going to be for northern parts of Anne Arundel County, from what I'm seeing. We'll see if that updates that way. This is actually north of Baltimore. This is going to be north of the Baltimore region. So quickly, just to come off of this for a moment, if you are north of Towson into Cockeysville, this region up in here, this is a tornado warning till 2:45. Some locations impacted by this would include Glencoe, Baldwin, Hunt Valley, Phoenix, Long Green, Sparks, Jacksonville, Batocton, and Heights. This is a tornado warning in effect until 2:45 for northern parts of Baltimore County. But we are still watching this tornado warning storm right here into Edgewater. This is passing into Parole. This is getting right into Annapolis. Travel in this area is likely to be highly, highly impacted here over the next little bit. I want to see if our traffic cameras are able to catch a little bit more of the scene that we are likely seeing unfold right now. I really would love to see this. Let's try to take one of these cameras full here. So this would be 50 at I-97. This is 50 east. You can see the heavy rain. The visibility is very low in this region where we're looking down south towards our storm right now. Let's go ahead and hop out of this. I want to take a look over here towards the Parole area because this is where this storm is likely going to be passing near. And this might be a good camera just to stay on. I want to make sure. It'd be great if these would load a little quicker. I really want to see if we're able to get some of this action here on camera. I want to come back over here to this Parole camera for a moment. Let it load up. We'll see. Not the best camera, but we could likely see a potential tornado try to cross the road here. So we are going to continue to watch this. Again, this is an active tornado warning in effect for parts of Anne Arundel County. This includes Annapolis. This goes until 2:45. Elsewhere, heavy, heavy rain moving across 301 and through La Plata into Dennisville, into Hughesville, through Chaptico, on over towards Mechanicsville, Morganza, all of these areas seeing heavy rain at the moment. In terms of rotation, we do have a couple of mesovortices I'm looking at right now. So these would be some areas of potential rotation, potentially up here near the Hughesville area. This could be an area of rotation near Charlotte Hall. This could be an area of rotation. These are two areas I'm going to be watching for. So Charlotte Hall, Golden Beach, Hughesville, Benedict, on over towards Aquasco, Eagle Harbor, Lower Marble, Huntingtown, Prince Frederick. We're going to be watching these as they track north and east. No tornado warnings on them right now, but we're going to continue to watch that potential at the moment. Actually, so we are now getting a confirmed report of a tornado with a previous storm. This just came into our weather system. I want to see if I can't bring it up here on. Actually, I'm going to need to switch screens here. So this was the track of potentially of a tornado, but we do not have a report that law enforcement reported that a tornado did touch down at right around 1:50 near Allen Fresh. Moving towards Dennisville, no damage was reported yet to the county, but that potential was there. So this storm that's likely producing a tornado in Annapolis, we do not have confirmation did produce a tornado here near the Popes Creek area. This is near Newport. Let me turn this off quickly. So this is right near the Hillsmire Shores area. Near Wycomico Shores in Newport. We likely had a tornado touchdown in this region just a little bit ago. So we will watch this. We have additional areas of rotation that need to be watched right now as well. These are all racing off to the north and east, and this is going to be something we continue to watch. We are continuing to watch the storm up here towards Edgewater. potentially producing a tornado right into Woodland Beach. This is likely right over, let me get some street names loaded up on a different screen for you. Poplar Point Road, we're talking Childs Point Road, up here near Willenor Drive, Harris Island Boulevard, over here towards Caramon Drive, I believe is the way I would say that. So all of these locations up here near Edgewater and Woodland Beach right now under the direct gun, and they have now updated this tornado warning to be a confirmed tornado. Has been now reported over London town or over Annapolis, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. This is now a confirmed tornado on the ground in Anne Arundel County. We suspected this, but we do now have confirmation from the National Weather Service that a damaging tornado is on the ground right now. So let me go ahead and get that updated here. Let's see. So this is going to be a damaging, as the National Weather Service is putting this, this is going to be a damaging tornado, has been confirmed in, confirmed on the ground in Edgewater, Maryland, as a tornadic storm races northeast towards Annapolis. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get a radar screenshot uploaded here, so my apologies that I'm not the most talkative while I do this. But we do now know that we do indeed have a confirmed tornado on the ground right now in Anne Arundel County. This has been reported in Edgewater near London town. I believe I spelled that right. I want to make sure that I have that correct here. But yeah, so that is what we are talking about right now. This is an active tornado warning with a confirmed tornado on the ground. So let me go ahead and get that posted up to our social media accounts. We're going to continue to watch this. If you're in Arnold, I'd be taking this tornado safety precautions right now. We're going to continue to watch this as it races to the north and east. So just to reset a little bit here, and I should have had this loaded on earlier, and I didn't. But we did get a confirmed report of a tornado from this storm that pushed through about, at this point, probably about 45 minutes ago or so in the Newport area. So this is right up along 234 here near Wicomico. Emergency management confirmed that a tornado did indeed move through parts of Charles County as we thought it would likely happen, and that has prompted this tornado warning to now go observed. This is now an observed tornado on the ground, and where is that tornado, you might ask? We can use our correlation coefficient tool to show us that we are likely looking at a tornado on the ground where we have a lot of blue. We're likely looking right in this region near Parole. This is racing north and east. So Parole, Annapolis, Arnold, under the gun right now of these storms, likely producing a confirmed tornado on the ground. Really strong rotation here in Parole. This is right up along Route 2. I'm going to come back and see if our traffic cameras are able to give us a look inside any of these storms. I would really love to be able to show you some live pictures of what's going on, because I think that really helps to cement in what could potentially be going on in parts of the region, is when you actually see what's happening, instead of me just showing you a pink box and talking about it. Yeah, I don't think any of these cameras are really going to be able to give us a good indication of what we're looking at. But I do want to zoom out because we have another tornado warning up in Baltimore County. And this storm looks very, very strong, very impressive, with a decent amount of rotation just northwest of Cockeysville, racing northeast towards Jarrettsville. So we have several storms here. It looks like we likely are looking at 3 areas locally of potential rotation right now that I'm going to be watching. This is going to be just north of Aquasco, near the Charlotte Hall area, and near Mechanicsville. All of these will need to be watched as they race north and east. So Golden Beach, Port Republic, Prince Frederick, Huntingtown, St. Leonard even, on up there towards King's Landing and Sunderland, all of these areas. We're going to be watching all of these little hooks in here to see if they do indeed try to produce a tornado. and if we get a tornado warning with them. But they are likely embedded right now, but I can even tell this storm down here near Charlotte Hall has a little bit of a backwards hook with it. So we're going to continue to watch all of this. We're going to watch these storms down here in Westmoreland County too. They're not showing signs of rotation at the moment, but we'll see. They need to be watched closely, but it's this area, and this isn't keeping up very well. It's this area up here in Annapolis right now we're watching. Right now, potential tornado on the ground. Actually, we know it's an observed tornado on the ground. My apologies. This is an observed tornado-warned storm. This is going to be moving right over 595. This is moving right over 70, following Route 2 here in 301. We're talking Sleepy Hollow Lane. We're talking Dewey Drive. This is going to be moving over Old Admiral Court, Winchester Road. This is really going to follow 301 up here, so I'm sure we'll get a new tornado warning here soon for northern parts of Anne Arundel County. So any interest up here, Lakeshore, Severna Park, Arnold, Green Haven even, Riviera Beach, Pasadena, Severna Park, I would be taking those tornado safety precautions. We haven't touched on it in a little bit, but these are what those are. These are your tornado safety precautions. This is what you should be doing right now. We are going to watch for the potential of these storms to produce confirmed tornadoes. We know that there has been reports of confirmed tornadoes on the ground with these storms. So we're going to move to a substantial shelter. We have a new tornado warning coming in. I suspect this is for parts of Anne Arundel County. Actually, no, this is for northwestern parts of Baltimore County. We have an additional thunderstorm, and I'll show you that here quickly, that has now gone tornado warned up here. Let me go ahead and take radar off quickly. This pink polygon is a tornado warning. This pink polygon is a tornado warning. This pink polygon is a tornado warning. That's what we're talking about right now as these storms continue to track to the north and east. The National Weather Service is highlighting the potential for a waterspout along the bay north of Annapolis as this storm continues to track to the north and west. So we will continue to watch this all develop. I'm really also watching back in the same area we were talking about earlier with this storm. We're talking over here near Baden Westwood Road. We were just talking about this like half an hour ago. This storm is trying to get its act together with some broad rotation. So Lower Marble, Dunkirk, I'd keep this in mind. Actually, I'm not on the correct screen. I would keep this in mind out here. That this little guy out here is trying to rotate a little bit. It's the same thing in Hughesville, same thing near Mechanicsville. We're watching all of this as these storms continue to race north and west. All right. I do see a question. Is the tornado threat over? No, it's not. I would really reference you to some of those graphics I threw together earlier. I can try to bring some of them up quickly. So the tornado watch goes until 7. It's only 2 o'clock. We're likely going to see additional rounds of storms try to move through. And we're going to keep this threat of a tornado. We're going to keep the threat of heavy rain with us through this evening. We're likely to see additional rounds of thunderstorms try to get their act together and move through the region. We will continue to watch this as everything continues to track here to the north and east. So I do want to come back over here towards radar right now. I want to come back here into this Annapolis storm. It looks like the worst of the rotation has probably passed you to the north. Let's go ahead and get some of this loaded up here. So we're looking right here into the Arnold area, Joyce Lane. We're really still watching Route 2, Grandview Road as well. These are all the areas we're talking about to see this tornado move through. Oh, my apologies. It has been a long day here spent behind the desk, and we're still watching these storms down here as well. Brandywine, Hughesville, Mechanicsville, all at Baden, all of these potentially trying to produce tornado warning storms, and I wouldn't be surprised to see additional tornado warnings for these storms as well. I'm not the warning meteorologist at the National Weather Service, so I have no say in it, but I might even issue at least 1 or 2 of those now, because just given the atmosphere we have in place today, these storms are going to be very prone to want to rotate. I seen there was you saw there was a tornado in Charles County. Yes. We do have a confirmed report from law enforcement that did confirm a tornado in the Newburgh and Newport area as storms moved across the Potomac River right now. Let's see, Karen, has the tornado warning storm passed Edgewater? It has. Let me come back up here and show you. The worst of that storm has now almost exited the tornado, the actual warning. It's coming in here to Arnold. Edgewater is going to be in the clear. They're still looking at some rain, and maybe even clearing up a little bit. When we are now getting, I say this all the time, and then we have a tornado warning for somewhere in central Maryland, just not coming in. I suspect it's for the Anne Arundel County storm. I've been waiting for it for a while. And it actually isn't. No, so I had a feeling I would jinx that. Additional tornado warnings. Now 3 tornado warnings up here for northern Baltimore County. So any interest in here, north of Towson, Cockeysville points north here into the Hereford zone. Keep this in mind, Jarrettsville as well. We're watching this. But our tornado warning storm here that does have an observed tornado with it is right now. Oh, it's actually looking like it's right over Route 2. I really want to check those traffic cameras again, because I really feel like they would be able to show us some evidence of what's going on the ground right now in this area. I want to see if any of them are able to give us a clear shot, because the issue is that a lot of these cameras just end up facing the wrong way. So we're gonna see what we can get. We have 2 new tornado warnings just now coming in. I need to see where these are. One is for parts of southern Maryland. So I see where our 2 tornado warnings are now. We have a brand new tornado warning up north of Annapolis, and we have an additional tornado warning up from parts of the northern neck. Let's break these down systematically. I first want to come up here to Anne Arundel County. This is going to be a tornado warning for northern parts of Anne Arundel County. Another severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Pennsylvania, so that will not be something we're looking at right now. So let me come over here. So this tornado warning here for parts of Anne Arundel County. So this is with a confirmed tornado on the ground. This is north of Annapolis. Let's see. A storm producing a dangerous tornado was located over Arnold, moving north at 30 miles per hour. So again, this is going to be for northern parts here of Anne Arundel County, this pink polygon. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get that tweeted out. I want to come over to Facebook and update this. And something else I'm going to be watching, we have a brand new tornado warning on the northern neck as well near Heathsville. This is going to be a storm that people in St. Mary's County will need to watch. Let me leave that up there for just a second while I get the Facebook page updated. So we have 2 tornado warnings in effect. One directly for parts of our region. Well, both are actually kind of outside of the core coverage zone here for JB weather, focusing on southern Maryland and the northern neck. But we have 1 tornado warning. What's up on your screen right now, if Facebook ever wants to load, the one time I need it to not take forever is the time that it wants to. Let me just upload this quick. So this is going to be for northern Anne Arundel County. All right, so let's kind of zoom out here. So you can almost see exactly where our 2 tornado warnings are. If I turn off radar, you can see it's these pink polygons. So we have one north here of Annapolis. Where does this... what parts of Anne Arundel County is this going to be in effect for? So this is going to be including Arnold. Storm should be hitting about the next 5 minutes. Lake Shore around 2:40. Riviera Beach and Fort Smallwood State Park around 2:45. And so those are going to be the locations we're tracking with this. A tornado has indeed been observed with this. Now down to the south, we have an additional tornado warning. This is going to be one that needs to be watched as well. So the National Weather Service in Wakefield, Virginia, that's southern Virginia, has issued this tornado warning for north central Middlesex County in eastern Virginia, for Northumberland County, southeastern Richmond County, northwestern Lancaster County. This goes until 3:15. At 2:27, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Robley, moving northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So if we try to take a look at the velocity with this to see where we have potential areas of rotation, where winds would be moving to and away from the radar. I'm not seeing it clearly from this vantage point here. So I want to see if we're able to get maybe a better look at it using a different product. So it looks like it's going to be all the way down. So let me turn that off. I'm going to get this back up here so I have an idea where I'm going with it. So it looks like it's right down here. We're moving about 38 miles per hour. We're moving this at about 37 degrees. So that would be a little bit more like this. So this storm would be moving potentially towards the ridge area, Scotland, Point Lookout here in about the next half hour or so. So by about 3 o'clock. So interest down here should really keep tabs on that storm. And I'm going to continue to watch it as well. So this would be that storm, and we still have potential areas of rotation here. Moving through parts of the region, we have one here south of Erica that can move into St. Mary's County. We have those 3 we've been watching, one near Golden Beach, one near Eagle Harbor, and one up here near Lower Marlborough. And then, of course, we have this really incredible sign of a tornado that's moved through the Arnold region. This is moving toward Lakeshore. I want to see if we have any update with our cameras, that if we can see some of this. And we're going to continue to watch this move through. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to see it on any of these cameras, which is really a shame. But yeah, we're getting these reds really meeting up well with those greens. That would be indicative of a strong indication of a tornado. So yeah, right now there is a lot, but also not a lot going on. So right now at this point, now that we are getting close to 2 hours in with this live stream, the only 2 tornado warnings in effect are north of Annapolis and south of St. Mary's County across the northern neck. So we have no tornado warnings in effect for Calvert County, for St. Mary's, for Southern Anne Arundel, for PG, for Charles, for King George, or even for Westmoreland counties. Our core coverage area is currently tornado warning free, which is the first time in a long time I've been able to say that. We currently have this one line. You can see it on radar right now pushing through. But we're going to see additional lines try to develop back here. We already have storms trying to fire up that are going to try to move through. And these are going to try to spin up some localized tornadoes as well. So we will continue to watch that. This is a look at that time frame here for you. Again, we're still monitoring this time period here between about 3 and 9 o'clock for the potential for some of the worst weather. That's when I had it highlighted, and this has definitely kind of moved up a little bit on us as we continue to track all of this. Just want to see something quickly here. Yeah, actually, so what I want to do is come over here, switch things up a little bit. So this is a look at kind of inside one of our models that we do look at. So this is one of our high resolution ones. So let me switch this over. So this would be our model depicting kind of what's going on. Let's get this to right around now, right around 2:30. You can see that it's actually almost very good. You can see it has that storm up here near Annapolis, that line kind of, and then that storm down there on the northern neck. So this initialized pretty good. But if we push this forward, you can see that this model brings up even more storms from the south overnight tonight towards 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. We're only up to 7:45. We're still seeing storms move through. So just because this is kind of the big, what we have moving through right now is like the only thing on radar, this won't be the only thing we're tracking today. Additional areas of heavy rain are going to form behind this, so it's going to be critically important that you stay weather aware and you stay with JB Weather for information. With that said, I'm going to wrap this up right now. I need to go grab some water. I need to kind of reset for myself a little bit. It's been very active, and my voice could definitely use some water. So stay with JB Weather. If we get any new warnings for our coverage zone, I will be with you live continuing to track this, and I suspect that's probably going to be here pretty soon. And the tornado watch is indeed in effect for much of our region. So So I'm just double checking everything real quick just to make sure we're good here. So I don't have any tornado warnings right now at all for parts of our region. I saw one comment saying that, so I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something. But the tornado watch is going to be up until 7 this evening. But I'm going to be here. And even if we don't get a warning, I'm sure I'll probably be back in about the next 15 minutes to resume this coverage. I just kind of need to use the bathroom, and I need to go... and I need to go grab some water. Like, I'm at that point right now. So you can get all my updates, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Those links have been shown on the sidebar for you. I continuously update those social media feeds with Southern Maryland specific weather information. So Twitter at JB_weather, Instagram at JB Weather. I'll be here with you continuing to track everything. But while I have a chance, I'm going to step away. If we get anything new, I'll be back here with you live to continue to keep you updated. Have a nice and safe one, and please stay weather aware and stay with us here at JB Weather for the latest information.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.